Everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So people close to Senator Dianne Feinstein are sounding the alarm again. They're talking again about her fitness to serve. They're talking about her diminished mental acuity, mental capacity. According to a member of Congress, they say that they had to reintroduce themselves to Feinstein numerous times over the course of just a few hours in which they were together. So they're having a conversation and she just kept forgetting who this person was. And this Congress member, of course, wishes to remain anonymous, which pisses me off. I'll get to that in a minute. But this person said that Feinstein kept repeating herself. She kept making the same small talking points, and that she had no recollection of the previous identical conversation that they had just had. The lawmaker said, quote, "I have worked with her for a long time and long enough to know what she was like just a few years ago. Always in command, always in charge, on top of the details, basically couldn't resist a conversation where she was driving some bill or some idea. All of that is gone. She was an intellectual and political force not that long ago, and that's why my encounter with her was so jarring, because there was just no trace of that." And in addition to this person, the San Francisco Chronicle said that 4 senators, 3 of which are Democrats, and then 3 former Feinstein staffers all confirmed that her memory is deteriorating, and that her staff is doing a large portion of her work. And some of the people that are close to her told the news outlet that on her worst days, quote, "she does not seem to fully recognize even longtime colleagues." Now, here's the parts that really upset me. The Chronicle wrote, quote, "Each spoke on condition of anonymity because they said they did not want to jeopardize their relationship with her and their mutual friends and colleagues." Really? Okay, as a Californian, that really pisses me off. These people are more concerned about their relationships with Feinstein and their other colleagues than they are about the 40 million people here in California who she represents. We didn't elect Feinstein's staff. And here's the thing: how do we know that her declining cognitive abilities aren't being used against all of us? Does she know what she's voting for or against? Does she know what she's signing? Is she even aware anymore when her constituents reach out to her to express concern or support for a certain issue? And here's the other thing. Just last weekend, I forget the guy's name, but there was a great show that was done. It was a guest host on Breaking Points with Crystal Ball and Sagar and Jetty. The man who spoke, he did this whole segment about how staffers are so underpaid. And so you get just a certain type of people, a certain type of young person who has family that can help to support them, who can help to make up the gap in their income. He also talked about in this segment how these people, because they are so underpaid and overworked, because even the ones who have bosses who don't have cognitive issues, they are put under a lot of pressure. They do a lot of the work as it is. So what they do is they will take documents handed over to them, proposed bills that have been drafted, that have been written by industry lobbyists. These lobbyists come to them and say, "Hey, you don't have to do the work. Let me take some of that burden off of you. Here's a document that's already complete. All you have to do is have your senator or your congressperson sign it and support it and get others to support it." So then we have industry selfish SOBs who are only thinking about themselves and what they want, literally drafting the bills. We know that this happens. We've heard about it before. This seems like the prime target. Like if I were going to try as a lobbyist to get something through, I would go to Feinstein's office. I would say, hey, I know she's not doing great, and you guys have completely just taken over everything. You've got your hands and your feet full. I mean, as my brother used to say, stick a broom up my ass and I'll sweep the floor while I'm at it. That's what they're doing, apparently, in her office. So she would be the prime target for lobbyists to try to get their corporate interest bills through. Now, the Washington Post reached out to Feinstein. She flatly denies these allegations, but that's the point, isn't it? How would she know if she couldn't remember things? She literally couldn't remember that she couldn't remember. I think we've all been around probably family members who were dealing with dementia or Alzheimer's, and we know they have good days and they have bad days until sadly, they're all bad days. And they have no idea how much they've declined. And this isn't the first time that someone has gone to the press with concerns about her mental ability. The first report came out, I believe, over a year ago now. And this isn't about ageism, because there are plenty of people out there who are Feinstein's age or even older, and they're completely sharp. They remember everything. This is about whether or not she's capable of representing the people who elected her. And being capable doesn't mean just showing up at meetings or the office. It means understanding the issues, doing the research yourself to find the solutions, and implementing strategies to get bills passed for the good of your constituents. The government is already feckless enough. We need representatives who are at their best. And we need lawmakers who aren't afraid to speak out about members of their own party, especially when they pose a risk to us as voters and our country. So that clearly needs to be heard by members of both parties, not just the Democrats in Feinstein's office. But again, I go back to the issue of her staff being inundated and taking documents, taking bills that are literally drafted by the industries that would benefit from them. That's what's at risk as well here. So I hope that they will do the right thing. I heard Nancy Pelosi run interference for her and make excuses. That's not what we need. That's not what's in the best interest of Californians, of the voters. So they need to cut the shit and they need to make something happen, because she's not up for re-election for another 2 years. That is far too long for this to go on this way, especially since it's already been going on for over a year. So if I hear any more, guys, I'll let you know. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care. I'll talk with you soon.